Hello everybody, can you hear us? How are we sounding to you? We had wonderful plans of being sat out in the sunshine, but the winds decided to blow a bloody gale. So let us know how we're sounding.
We're just going to set up the chat, so we're a little bit early, but just a couple of minutes and hopefully we'll be okay. Just let us know if the wind's buffeting too much or if we're not in shot very well. We did do our best to plan for this one, but as usual, didn't go to plans.
Twish says it sounds fine. That's
Okay.
positive.
Brilliant, brilliant. I'm just jumping into the chat.
We promised we wouldn't fudge up like last time because that was really not good, but
Very unprofessional of us.
Steve says we're loud and clear.
That's good, that's good. Yeah, so hopefully if you stick with us for a while, we'll probably do about an hour or so. We're in a marvellous spot, as per usual in Sardinia, and you can see the sun on the one side of our faces, and it'll be setting just over the sea to the side of us here. So hopefully we'll get a nice little sunset just as we wrap up the stream.
Hopefully, if you stick around for that long, we've got a few things to talk about.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. Sorry.
Start sending in your questions if there's anything that you'd like to ask us.
Yeah. So I can see you. If I look down here, I've got the chat down here because we're streaming off the phone's little screen. You can't see what's going on there, so bear with us if we don't get round to you very quickly, but we're going to do our best.
We've also got to try and keep up this time because the last few we've just let it drag
definitely,
on.
Definitely.
Yes. What else was we going to say?
Oh. So Paul Doc said looking and sounding good, and he's actually used two of our little emojis there. The little Flora emoji and the Novice Explorer of us emojis.
Check you out, Paul. How
Yeah.
exciting. I think that's the first time it's ever been used, isn't
I
it?
think so, yes. Whilst we're here, those emojis are exclusive to the members of the channel that sort of like subscribe to the
Membership program?
Yeah, the membership program. So thank you very much for your support. It's really helping. It's already helping keep the lights on the blog page because we don't run out of it. So anything over there. So it's just helped massively and helping us to keep putting out content and taking a little bit of financial strain off. So
Yes.
that's been very, very, very welcomed. So thank you very much for that.
Hello, Mr. W. Hello, Bryce.
You can keep talking. I'm just going to
Oh,
go back.
Mike. Happy anniversary. Oh, what did we call it?
Adventure-versary or something?
Adventure-versary. There you
Yeah,
are.
something
Really
like
well
that.
commonly used phrase. So yes, we're still in Sardinia. We've just made it to the Costa Verde, which is the green coast to me and you, which is in the southwest of the island.
Yeah, so more west, is it like? Yes, it is southwest.
Yeah. We never eat shredded wheat to remember it. You would have thought we would have clocked that by now, but no. We're prepared with, I've got a gin and lemonade, which is possibly grapefruit juice.
And I've got one of the local beers, which I still definitely can't pronounce very well. I'm sure someone can write it phonetically in the comments, because Mike, I'm sure, did say, but I cannot remember. Do you remember?
I don't even want to attempt to butcher it. You know what we're like.
Yeah.
One thing we also wanted to ask you guys was, how did you find our 25-minute vlog on the Algira to Bosa road the other day? 25 minutes. We'd had a few requests for them to be longer, but
Yep.
we never really know if you actually mean it or not and just want to see our faces more. But that's it's been sorry, I've been distracted.
Get distracted by the comments.
One of our favourite videos that we've made, actually. Just
Yeah.
because we've never been here before, we never really know what to expect.
Yeah, it can be hard because we want to do the road and everything we do, we want to do it justice, but you don't know what's around the next corner, quite literally. So you don't know when to start or stop filming. And like Meg said, in terms of it being longer, we've always got more footage, but we don't want to ever artificially stretch out the videos. We want it to remain as entertaining as it can be. So let us know your feedback. If you prefer the longer ones, we can always make a longer video. In fact, next week's is going to be about the same, I think, exploring the peninsula. So yeah, I'll just read some of these if you want.
Yeah,
to.
you could put that behind there so I can see it as well. Darling.
We are not very well prepared yet again.
So I've got my notepad and
Yeah.
we've been sent some questions already. So, Lee Glaves. Lee, we hope you have a safe flight, mate. If you're here and watching, thank you for tuning in. Sorry we didn't quite get the timings right for you today, but he's flying from Dusseldorf to the UK or the other way?
I can't remember which way around it is.
I can't quite work it out. Probably, I think it was that, because it was about 7:30, which is our time, not their time.
Yeah.
He sent us a few questions to answer. Would we swap our surfboards for a paddleboard?
In a heartbeat.
Yeah, we are.
I think, yeah.
Really regretting taking
Most of you know that. Yeah. Although, that said, we've been getting, especially I've been getting in the sea a lot more here. But there's been some really like tempting times that if we had a paddleboard, straight in there, but with the surfboards, it just awkward.
Yeah.
So
and
yeah,
like the lakes in the UK that we could go to.
Yeah.
There was lakes in Germany.
It's a lot more usable, yeah, because obviously we spent 2 months going through Germany, and you get lakes, but you don't really get the coast.
Yeah.
Apart from, so yeah.
Lee had literally messaged through so many things that we had literally discussed in the van this past week. So it was as if he was a fly on the wall. It freaked me out for about 5 minutes, thinking, is he listening to our conversations? Have we been bugged? So he also asked, would we change our front swivel seat for a captain's chair? If not, why not?
I think we would 50-50. For the ease of it, and sort of having that little bit more space between the two front seats would be good.
Which would be for a fridge.
Yeah, but then that is my main seat when it's swiveled into a little sofa, so I'd be losing a little bit of comfort.
And then I also pointed out that we've had all the upholstery done, and I don't think there's any more fabric. So at the moment, it's definitely off the cards. Not happening.
I can see the benefit of it though.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Wanna have a little run through readout.
Yeah, we're going to try to keep up with the comments, so we're not doing very well. But I can see generally you guys seem to like the longer format, which is good because it works for us quite well, Yeah.
The Musgroves are in. Greg Walton, Rome from home.
Hello.
T5er, get well soon, you daft mare. If you know, you know. I'm not going to say any more than that. I'm not going to expose you, but we're sending you our love, and we hope that you mend soon.
Thank you, Mr. W, saying definitely longer. Can't get enough of the vlogs, which is good.
Pete Crayons, hello. So he's used the Teddy Ralph emoji, beautifully designed, if I do say so.
Yeah,
darling.
Speaking of Teddy Ralph, later on we're going to have a tiny little fun quiz where we're going to give away some stickers to the winners.
We've got 3 quiz questions, just to interject a little bit of fun and a little bit of competition.
Very basic questions for a basic prize, to be quite honest with you, but we'll do that a little later on. Fabio asks, are you still in touch with Armando? Yeah, we haven't seen them. Actually, no, we haven't really seen them since we left lockdown, and they've actually gone across to mainland now. So they went a few days ago, but obviously Instagram, Facebook, we can keep talking to them through that, which is good. But no, we haven't seen them for a few weeks, really.
Possibly months now, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've just totted up this month's budget after leaving lockdown and having no campsite fees or anything, and we are €550, which is the least we've ever spent. So
it's almost as if we're running out of money.
Yes, it is as if that's happening.
I think Joe and Karina are in the chat.
Oh, hello J and K. All right, hop along.
Sorry, just trying to do our best to keep up with the chat. Nice weather there.
T5er needs stabilisers. Yeah.
Do you ever barbecue on an outdoor fire? We did in lockdown with Armando and Mel from the West Valley Digital Nomads. Every Saturday we had a barbecue, and we do have one in the top roof box of the van. It's one of those things that you romanticize in your head and think every night we'll have a bonfire, we'll have a barbecue, we'll sing to acoustic guitar outside the van, and it just doesn't quite work out that way.
No, it's brand new, still in the box, and I think sometimes it would be more effort than it's worth with how dirty it gets. And if we get moved on and we've just literally put it out and it's hot, it's going to cause issue in the van, really, isn't it?
As Kirsty Hawkins said, no way a year, only just discovered you last month. In a way it feels like it's been a very long time when you really think back to where we first started, and then in other times it feels like it's been like that and just oof, where's the time gone?
Yeah. Which brings me on to, as of next week, I'm going to, on our Facebook page, I'm going to be sharing some of our best vlogs and travel videos from when we first left home.
Yeah.
Oh, we've been watching some of our old videos actually, which we don't do that often, and I was in tears. Happy tears and absolutely like killing myself, honestly. So join our Facebook page if you would like to see those shared. I'll see if I can do it on Instagram as well.
Yeah, links are down in the description for all that kind of thing.
Yes.
I think I was crying because my cringe gland was flaring up in a huge way. I think we've improved over the last 12 months or so. People are asking, why do you have a Scottish accent sometimes? That's directed at you. But they're also saying...
That bloody...
fantastic.
I've just got a love for the Scottish accent. I think I can do it quite well. It often comes out more when I've had a drink or listen to, what's that comedian called?
It's quite all over Scotland, your accent. It doesn't really stay still,
I'm a traveller, I can't. Sometimes it's more Glasgow.
So I've seen a few questions regarding when we're going to be heading home, and that's probably on the horizon, unfortunately. We've got numerous things to sort out, which is a shame really, because we really feel like we've hit our stride again. But multiple reasons really.
So we've hit a year now. This was our goal and what we'd financially budgeted for, and we can keep going for a little bit longer, but there's things happening back in the UK that we need to go home for to sort out. But this will be what we will do for as long as we can. We need to get back home, like not cut ties, but like get all our ducks in a row is the words that I like to use. Downsize our lives even more back at home, remove the stress, and then also find online jobs.
That's why your accent's been rinsed. Welsh, Jamaican.
I'm not even gonna read.
Stag asked where the cringe gland is positioned. I think it's really in the pit of my stomach. When it flares up, it's horrendous, isn't it? Let's have a look. Trevor T5, Cal, when you do the drone footage of Flora moving, are you in the van? No, never, because Meg does all the driving anyway. It just makes sense. We often, if it's on a stretch of road which is just a pain for Meg to come back, I usually get my bike off as well, so I record Meg driving away and then I jump on the back and catch her up. But our bikes are temporarily with Mike and Colette, so thank you for that, because we haven't really used them recently. But yeah, I'm never in the van. I haven't tried that.
But you can say that you've cycled a little bit of the Applecross Pass, and you've also cycled a little bit of the Grossglockner, which is pretty cool.
Like saying, be careful barbecues and not to be done in open places. Yeah. Because it's where we are now is so dry. Obviously, it's a bit windy as well, which would not help at all. No. So we'd be very scared, I think, of lighting a fire.
Half the time, it's effort worth the actual thing that you get out of it. A campfire is lovely, but then you've got to deal with everything and make sure you're doing it safely.
Dawn says, please get married. Match made in heaven.
Match made in heaven. Not this week, Dawn. His feet absolutely stink. Honestly, we've had to buy. Here, this is for you.
When you minimise your life and, you can only have 2 pairs of shoes, they're going to get stinky. Let's just move on. This
week we've used Amazon lockers for the first time.
Yeah.
We've had to order some shoe deodorizer. Which has come, and thank God it smells like Vicks and is working its magic.
Anyway, a couple of questions from Bruce and yours, Travels. Are you guys thinking of getting a bigger van, essentially? We've discussed this before. We go through stages. I think now we're really content. Obviously, there are some days where, you just want to like flip the table over because you can't move out of your position because everything, it's like a game of musical chairs, isn't it?
Yeah,
you have to move pieces to get it all working. But at the moment we love Flora, and there's a few things we want to do to it, definitely. But we're quite happy.
Yeah, which brings me on to one of Lee Glaves' questions. What are our main modifications that we'd like to change to Flora? If we say 5, because there's like quite a few really.
Ventilation.
Adding a fan above the cooker.
Yeah, just to like help with the airflow, obviously. Table redesign, because obviously I use the computer quite a bit and it's the wrong height or something, so new table. Gas, a refillable gas.
Yeah, Lee Glaves has mentioned us getting a water container that's shaped around the
wheel arch.
The wheel arch. They're about 94 quid, which would save us a bit of space, but I'm not sure if we're going to have to redesign the whole kitchen unit, like the inside. So that's a possibility. I think we're also contemplating getting a fridge. I've lost count how many things. Fridge.
And there was something else.
One more.
Windows in the barn doors, maybe.
Yes, yeah.
Just got a question here from Paul Doxey, which is probably something I wanted to ask you guys as well, saying how does the drone cope with the wind? Because his wife is anti-drone, as she thinks he'll crash it. If you get a DJI drone, or like sort of spend a little bit more on the drone that has GPS specifically, they fly themselves. I don't want to take too much credit for some of the shots we get because they will hover in place if you're not touching the controller. I think the drone locks onto about 16 GPS satellites, so it'll just hover there and then you can control it from there. So it's really, really quite easy.
But we must admit we don't. If it's a windy day, we tend to cry off and do it a different day. We don't tend to drone in high winds.
Yeah, because we got a little Mavic Air, which is really good for travel because it folds down and I can fit it in my pocket. But with high winds, like Meg said, it's not so good. And any tips? Yeah, I'd go with DJI every time. Tech video, we were thinking of doing that, showing what camera stuff we have and sort of how we go about making videos. Maybe not too over the top, but I know that some of you do make videos or want to make videos.
I think Fitness Forest asked us to do this, which is in the bank, probably for when we get home, so that we've still got content to give you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Post that link. Shoes smell awful, says Joe. Pop top, maybe, but we.
I think I'm a no for pop top.
Yeah, we carry a lot of weight on the roof.
The roof just gives us so many more options for other things, for fun things, really. So at pop top, we've learnt to adapt. I can understand why people will want to stand up, and I think really we need a bigger van to really make the most of it. So I don't think pop top would ever be an option.
Hello Jacob, you just joined the chat. Drone talk, everyone's saying DJI. I had a Phantom previously, but that's a really good drone as well, but for the travel purpose it wasn't good because it needed a whole rucksack for itself. So little Mavic Air 2, you know, there's some really good stuff on the market now, and as you've seen, you can get really good results out of them. How long are you staying away for? Probably in a couple more months, depending how things go.
Which is a shame, but we only really intended to come for a year. We've never been out in the van for more than 3 days, so this was a big adventure. We've never been to Europe. That's a lie. We'd never been to Europe in the van.
No.
We'd been to Europe together once, and we hired a car, and that was in Italy. But we hadn't really been anywhere, had we? We were too busy focused and planning for the
trip. That we forgot to test it, which was, I don't know. I guess then we just had to make it work. Once we set off, we had to make things work, and we have. We don't really want to leave the van. You know, we've got so used to it. Just love what we've been able to do over the last few months. Paul says, love to see you again. You're both looking very well. That's the Sardinian sun for you.
Thanks.
When you might head back to the mainland? I think we're going to probably hit France August.
Early August,
depending what happens. We haven't booked anything in terms of ferries or Eurotunnels because in a way that seems to finalise our fate. But in another way, that might be silly because it might be really expensive or no space.
We never come home.
Sometimes I wonder, will you be abroad for winter or staying in the UK? I personally would love to be abroad. UK winters do, like, after a while, just get me down with the greyness. The cold I can kind of put up with, but it's just like the grey days.
Miserableness. I think you might actually suffer from that sad thing.
I think
what's it called?
Seasonal affective
disorder.
Yeah.
Potentially. It's not diagnosed, but
here's by you, Dr. Bratt.
Yeah.
Have you adopted any recent pooches? There was one. There's been a couple. In the last video, you know, we showed you that white dog. It looked like a polar bear. We've since met another one of those. It was really friendly. We were, I don't know, I think we were both smitten, but also knew it's not the right time.
Yeah, we wouldn't allow ourselves to get close because A, we didn't want to fall in love. Plus, she was covered in ticks and fleas, and it's just. We had to do research to find out where this dog was from.
Yeah. because this fisherman came. We woke up and the dog's outside the van in this middle of nowhere, and there's a fisherman as well. And when he came back, you asked, "Is this your dog?" Because it could have been, and he said, "What was the word?
Pastoral.
Pastoral or something like that."
Yeah.
And basically, we googled that, and they're essentially a native Italian sheepdog that just live in the fields.
Yeah.
So we did see some more on the way out.
Yeah,
So
she stayed with us literally for 3 days.
Yeah.
At night time, we gave her the tin of dog food that was promised to Marseille. And we also cooked her some spaghetti with anchovy oil on, which she loved that. I think she'd appreciate the gourmetness of Flora and the Novice Explorers, but it was quite hard to drive away, and she kind of trotted off behind us, but it was really hot. And yeah, I think we came to the agreement that we shouldn't do this in regards to taking a dog home, because my mum would kill me.
we know what a bad idea is. It's vets, it's probably extra quarantine regardless of COVID, it's injections, it's pet passport, it's
actual space for it in the van.
Yeah, and you know, we wanted to leave the van on a beach and go surf. Well, go in the water, not surfing, that's a lie. But if we want to leave the van and we can't take the dog, it's just, as much as we'd love a dog, it just isn't the right time.
Yeah, there's so much more that we want to do, which, going back to the previous question about being in winter, being in Europe for winter, I would love to. I think we'd love to do something every year, even if it was just 3-month holiday, going to Spain and Portugal again, or the summer going to the Nordics.
Yeah, that's
Scandinavia.
There's so many things we want to do, but just haven't got the resources yet.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. We're I don't know.
We're optimistic, and I think we know what we want to do. We've just got to put the plan in place to actually get it going.
Just saw Anthony's asking about DVLA recognising self-conversions. It has got a lot stricter. We got our van in a few months before they changed the rules. It's still possible, I think. There's a few more things that you need to fulfil the criteria, like having a permanent high roof instead of just pop top. So it's possible, but you have to jump through hoops and make it look like a camper. And
there's more rules on windows, decals, and height. So the only way you could do a T5 is with a high top. That's actually like the fiberglass domey one now, I believe. And you've got to have 2 windows in the same side.
Yeah,
and decals that make it look like a camper.
But yeah, compared to some countries, we're still lucky though. I've just seen a few people commenting about my lack of fleece. I was going to put my woolly hat and fleece on for the beginning of this video as a little bit of a joke, but Meg didn't think it was funny, so...
don't!
You were just shaking your head.
I was, but if you want to do all this...
I'm a showman at heart, Megan. You're just suppressing me.
That's the biggest lie ever.
I just wanted to hear any tips for someone starting out in the camper, for travelling, not living full time. Yeah, I think it's just you can.
Oh, Lee's missed his flight.
Oh no!
If that's our fault, Lee, I'm really
it.
sorry, love.
Yeah, we did comment that at the beginning of the stream. I'm not sure if you were here.
Oh, poo pants.
Sorry about that.
Hey, you get to sit here with us. I really hope it hasn't cost you any money, buddy. I'm sorry.
Hopefully that managed to sort itself out without too much of a disruption. So going back to camper for travel, we've learned that you really don't need that much. You know, 1 cup does it all. I mean, Meg's drinking out of an old jar. This can be for squash, this can be brushing our teeth, this can be for all sorts, can't it?
Yeah.
It can be holding flowers.
Rarely. I don't do my floral arranging that often.
But realistically, our camper's quite simplistic. There are obviously like the solar panel and night heater, the diesel heater, which is a bit more sophisticated. But if you're just going for like a week here, a week there, a few days, you can really get by on minimal stuff. It just depends what your level of comfort is.
And you really get used to it pretty fast. Like, is there many things at home that you can remember that you've left at home? Like, is there many things back at home that you think, oh, I remember I have that, I can't wait to see that again?
Happiness.
Oh, behave. Actual physical.
Guitar. I wanted to bring a guitar, and I don't actually know how much I would have played it. I just get like an urge to do it. Do you know what I mean? That's the only guitar, stuff like that. But other than that, no, not really. Yeah, been alright. How about you?
Living minimals, like it's been a thing for a while since we started downsizing from the flat to live in a mobile home.
Yeah.
Just like really, you don't need all the stuff that's in the airing cupboard and the wardrobes and the shed in the garage. It's just more stuff to get rid of, I think, really.
So, sorry, I just saw Mike put in what the dogs are actually called. They're indigenous to Sardinia. Yeah, we've seen a lot more now. I think now we're switched onto it. So luckily we didn't fill our van full of shepherd's dogs and try and take them home. Yeah.
Mel from Pebbles of Peach has just joined you. Hello, lover.
Hello.
Gin's gone to my head already.
Dishwashing machine, yeah, essentials. Put the fleece on and the woolly hats. What people want, Meg.
Oh, I'm sorry.
If you toured around the UK, you're in short conversation with fellow campers. Yeah, there might be a few people. I mean, we really want to do that, go to festivals and meetups, because we didn't really get to do much before we left on our trip. So we'll definitely, hopefully see a few more of you, especially the ones we speak to a lot and haven't actually met in person. There's a few of you as well. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Dare I mention the F word? There has been talk. I haven't seen his name pop up yet, but I haven't been looking that much. Paul Foxley has been in touch, and we've been kind of thinking about putting together Flora Fest. It was going to be Camp Flora, but I prefer the double F.
Yeah, just some sort of casual meet-up. Obviously not for us to make money or anything like that off, but just
yeah, like a really cool, chilled out, family, dog inclusive.
Yep.
But we've got to find the right place to do it. We've got to find the right time. And we've got a lot of hoops to jump through, because like we don't want to have to take out insurance or anything like that. So I think at some point, keep your eyes peeled on our social medias, because I'll be putting a list of together of people that want to come, so that we kind of know how many people that would like to join us for a little camp meet-up. So
Bruce is saying, is it only VWs or any van? There's no exclusivity.
You don't even need a van.
No, a little tent, anyone's welcome, as long as you're
what are you trying to say?
I don't know.
As long as you're a nice person and you wanna join in.
Essentially, yeah. As long as you've got just the right attitude.
Sounds like you doing a job interview. You're not. One question that Lee asked was, if Meg's favourite pan was that one in the video the other day, what's your favourite item in the van? And he said it can't be mushy like saying me, but we always know that's a lie.
Favourite item? I don't want to be really boring and say something like the laptop, because it does give me grief. What's my favourite? If you just want to stay here,
I'll let you think.
What's my favourite thing? I don't know, because it's going to be something really boring. My camera.
Oh, that's a good answer.
And not just for sharing videos or pictures, because I take a lot more than I share. It's been really useful just to look back ourselves on things we may have forgotten otherwise. I've always been into photography a little bit, so that's something I use most days, I think. So when I smashed the lens a couple of weeks ago, that was not helpful. But yeah, probably my camera.
Yeah. So we've had a question sent in from my mum back at home. What is the blue thing dangling from the mirror?
Actually, Joe.
And I've just seen Joe. This is called Oliver the octopus.
I thought it was Oscar.
Don't make me look like an... He is a handmade crocheted octopus from our friends Joe and Karina. Ooh.
He now lives with the dream catcher on the dash, on the, what is it? It's not a rear view mirror, is it?
It's the microphone for the...
the parrot's microphone, yeah. So...
yeah, Ollie. We'll call him Ollie.
That was one of Megan's presents, I think, wasn't it, for your birthday?
And you had a bottle of squash so that you didn't feel left out, which is exactly what my mum used to do for mine and my sister's birthdays.
Yeah, got to be even presents. But yeah, that's a lovely little gift that is now swinging away quite merrily.
Yeah.
On the
perfect colour match to Flora.
Everyone's saying that the fleece should have been my most loved item.
Oh.
Definitely will be.
Do you know what? because that has been asked about and talked about so much, if you click the link down below, we've got, if you wanted to purchase one and match Cal, which could be fantastic for Flora Fest, we've got an affiliate link to one. I don't know if Stag ever bought one, but he said that he was getting like a how to look like Cal from the Novice Explorer outfit like on point, which I think
Stag, you could never pull it off, mate. I wouldn't waste your money.
Right, any more questions on this? Shall we go in a minute to the little mini quiz?
Yeah, we've got a little mini quiz coming up. Yeah, sorry again if we missed your questions. We're trying to not be too distracted, but also trying to answer it because I know you're wanting to know stuff. So if there's something desperate, just keep typing it and we'll eventually see it. Do you want to go to quiz now?
Yeah.
So we're going to give away some of these bad boys. Where are they?
John and Mandy on tour ready for quiz night.
So
don't get too excited. It's just to make sure everyone feels included.
We have a few of these, roughly 1,000. Not all in our possession, but we've got a few that we realised are in the van. So what we're going to do is send out some of these to our quiz winners. We'll send 2 or 3 in a.
So there's only 3 questions. So whoever the rules are, it's got to be bob on.
Yeah.
We
only discussed this about 10 minutes before we started doing this stream. So
the first person that appears on our screen when we ask the question.
Well, on the screen with the right answer. The first the first answer we have on the screen is the winner, and we will then. If you can send us a message on Instagram or Facebook privately, send us your address, then we'll send you out some of these. Yeah? What?
You said it far better than I did.
So we've got 3 questions, 3 rounds, very simple. Most people should know the answers, I think, if you've been watching for a little while. And that's it. So basically, these are not for outdoor use. I will say that. Do not stick these on the outside of the van. They're just for a bit of fun.
We should have bought vinyl, but these are just paper. So again, low expectations, everyone. I think we're already there. Right, so do you want to ask the questions and I be the adjudicator? I'm very conscious we've got to be on it. Okay.
Yeah, right. So do you want me to...
Yeah, you go. They're the...
Okay, because that one's about
just
you.
Don't read the answers out.
Okay, quiet please.
Are you ready? I was going to say, fingers on buzzers, fingers on keyboards.
Yeah. Are we ready?
I want a bit of tension music, but...
Yeah, we don't want to get copyrighted, so you can do it.
Right. Doom, 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 doom.
It needs to be more like Weakest Link, not whatever that was.
That was actually the Italian job, but
okay, right, sorry.
Fingers on buzzers.
So, question number 1, first right answer wins. In which country did Meg dent the back bumper?
And we're looking, and the horses are out the box.
Tick, 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 tick.
Harry,
oh,
no. Fantastic! The answer was indeed Scotland.
Scotland.
Oh.
They rushed in with Scotland after that, but I think Fantastic pipped everyone to the Pope. Pipped everyone to the post.
Very good. This works actually kind of well.
That was quite fun.
We were even having answers being sent in. Too much whiskey. Right then, no.
So, Fantastic travelling. Unfortunately, you guys are going to have to pay because I think we gave you one when we saw you in Portugal.
Don't wind them up.
Yeah, we'll get some sent out.
Right. Are you ready?
What question's this?
The one about you.
Okay.
What was on the loose, according to Cal, in our last video?
Tick, 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 tick,
and we're watching. What was on the loose in our last video, according to Cal? Harry, his trousers. No answers, no correct answers yet. His brain, dog, no. Oh, flip, no.
There was a fox on the loose, but that wasn't what I referred to.
It was beep on the loose. Oh, 3 Scotty dogs. Not quite the right spelling, but I think you're going to win it.
Oh, yeah. I think...
The answer was boobies. Boobies were on the loose. Scotty dog, I think you're the only one that's got it. Even though you said babies, I still think you mean boobies.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, Scotty dog. Remember to send us a message on one of our what's it called?
Social. The links should be down below.
Yeah.
It's Instagram or Facebook.
Or Twitter.
Or Twitter, yeah. Just a private message, so you can send us your address.
Right.
Yeah.
Then.
So.
Do you want to do the last one?
Okay. This is it. This is the decider.
Oh, Tom's upset he was first. Oh dear. We'll have a look. Don't worry.
Yeah. Message.
Go on then. Ready for the third and last question. Oh, Emma Wheat saying that she was. We're just going to have to send out our thousands, aren't we?
Everyone message us afterwards.
Don't worry, Tom. Don't
sort
stress.
it. So this is the final one. Tom, you might know this one as well, actually.
Get ready. Fingers on keyboards.
What is the colour of Teddy Ralph's scarf?
Do 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 ba ba do.
I don't know if people are going to get this.
Oh,
I can
all
see
the wrong answers are coming in.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, well, we got it.
Emma Wheat. Oh,
I can't keep up.
Oh, I
I
think
think.
that's a tough one. We had because I think it was about here.
Yeah, Paul Doxy says bluey green. The answer is, I was just looking for blue, but I think the answer is blue. I don't want to fight in the comments. Just send us a message if you put blue, and we'll do our best, because we don't want to fight. We don't want aggro.
Tear the community apart. Honestly, these stickers, the stickers are not worth falling out over. That was quite good, actually. That was quite fun. I'm sure maybe if we get more questions towards the end of the stream, if anyone's still watching, we'll do another one. But we will. Does the chat save itself? I think it does, doesn't it? We'll have to.
Should we just say if you send us a message or something?
Yeah.
If you want if any of you want a sticker, just send us a message. Not all at the same time, and we'll probably send you one out. All right. We thought about doing like a little PayPal thing, but it's costing us too much money through PayPal.
Yeah.
To do it, so we kind of want to sell them, but we appreciate you all too much to charge you more than like £2.50 for a blooming sticker that you can't stick outside. So give us a message over the next few days. Don't all rush at it, because our phones won't cope with it, but we'll send you out a sticker.
Yeah, and they will probably be sent from the UK.
Yeah. Shout out to my mother, Beck. She will be at the post office every day for the next 2 weeks.
bulk delivery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so if you want one, send it through our social medias, because we can't access this chat again.
Yeah.
After we finished and gone live. So like us on all the socials and send us a wee message.
Yes, definitely. So yeah, as always, links are down below to message us on there, and we'll try to sort it out. But we might have a little bit of a backlog depending how many we get. Oh dear. Good fun. Good fun. People taking screenshots. Thanks, Meg's mum. Becky getting
all the lovings back. Oh, we're still getting other option colours. Oh dear.
Well, that was good fun. If you want another one of those in the near future, maybe we'll get some better prizes for everybody.
Or I tell you what we could do. We could do it, and then we do all of the questions, and they write it down on, like, I suppose they'd be doing it on their phone.
It's hard. We thought this would, because we only thought of this just before we started streaming, and the stream wasn't set up properly anyway, so another perfectly disastrous attempt at doing something fun. But that was quite good. I enjoyed that. Yeah, I'm not sure how the lag works, to be honest. People are mentioning that because we're, how you see it. If you comment, it might appear on your screen before ours. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, we'll take the hit on that one.
They're going through now. Yes, so that was stressful. Sorry, everyone.
I quite enjoyed that.
I'm drinking gin and what I thought was lemonade, but it's actually fizzy grapefruit.
Paul says, put everyone's name in a fleece and pull out the lucky peeps. Good one. A bit of a tombola. Leon and me are off to walk the pup, so we'll talk to you soon. See you guys. Thanks for joining in the stream and winning some stickers. Someone's asked, Bruce has asked, what do we edit our videos on? I assume you mean software, because I think I might have seen that question. We use Premiere Pro, Adobe, which is brilliant. Unfortunately, it's a subscription program. You can have a go on it for a month for free, I think. But it's fantastic. It's helped us to improve and not sort of hit a ceiling. It's professional software, so I'll never max it out. But it's got the ability to keep trying new things and pushing a bit further each time. And we've got quite used to it, haven't we?
Yeah, indeed we have.
Just reading the questions.
One thing we wanted to mention, last week, some of you may have noticed we had a bit of a technical glitch on YouTube. Our cheesecake video was an absolute flop because it didn't get put in anyone's, what's the word? You're the technical wizard.
There was no or very few notifications sent out. It didn't hit many sub boxes or home pages. I mean, we know that the cheesecake video isn't as exciting as a travel vlog, so they always do a little less. But I subscribed to our channel on my personal account, and I'd got nothing. And then people started to comment saying, "Are you uploading?" Because obviously Friday's our day. Nothing was coming in, and we realised it didn't matter what we did. I kept putting out community posts. Some people were seeing those, like Mr. W, I think, was seeing everyone, but a lot of people weren't.
The cheesecake was exciting, you're right, Greg. I was very upset because there's a lot of effort that went into that cheesecake, so thanks, Greg. And Stag.
So what we're going to say, if you are subscribed, if you could hit the bell button and turn on all notifications, that's going to help. But I know we're not the only ones that suffer with this, but we haven't had it that bad ever, I don't think. It's just, you know, we were worried it'd happen to this video because it took a lot of work to get the 25-minute vlog ready, and you don't want it to just flop. But I think most of you received that one and enjoyed it, so that's good.
Yeah. Whilst we're here and asking you to do things, if you feel obliged to, you don't have to if you don't want to. There is also a join button down below the subscription, which you can join our channel and be Novice Explorers for $1.99 a month if you would like to, where you get a little bit of updates. We're thinking about doing extra content, so that is a little button that you can click, and it's all pretty easy because we've done it through YouTube, so it's not going to be too taxing.
Yeah, but as always, there's no pressure. This is just because we had quite a few people asking how they could support the channel. We don't have like a PayPal me link. We don't particularly like ask just donations, but if people did want to help the channel, that's a great way to do it, and we're really thankful, like you said earlier, for the guys that have.
And so also Paul Doxy has just put all of the custom emojis that Cal's designed below if you want to have a little butchers at that.
I'll be doing some more of those soon because I know Tom had a few ideas. I just need to get back onto Photoshop, and it's a shame they don't let you do them a bit bigger, isn't it, really? But yeah, you get that. There's a few little extra bits and bobs, and yeah, we're going to put some work into the membership side of things. How long does it take to edit a video? That depends. I'm not the quickest in the world by any means. 25-minute video took, I don't know, how long would you say? Because there's multiple stages to it. We try and put a bit of polish on it, even though we're just amateurs.
You should time it next time, I think.
Well, I want to do a video because some people have asked about our process and how we either plan a video or edit them. So we'll make a sort of a workflow, as it was, but like we're not professionals. We're just doing this for a bit of fun.
Boobies on the loose, new emoji, indeed. We've just had a
super chat.
Thank you very much,
KCC.
They've already become a
that's very much appreciated, but not expected or a requirement at all. But thank you very much for your support. It means a lot.
That'll buy us a cup of coffee in the next few days or something like that. We'll push the boat out.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you again, KCC. That's just yeah.
Really lovely.
It does help out our little channel so much. Yeah, so we appreciate that. What else have we got to talk about? How long do you continue travels, Diane? We were talking about this earlier. The thing that's pushing us now is budget. We only had a finite of money that we saved up and budgeted for, so we're running on a little bit of that. So probably another month or two, depending what happens. Really, we're still quite open. Just see what happens.
Yeah, I think we're in the last 2 months realistically of travel, and I think we're probably going to make the most of Sardinia, then head back through France, and that was that really.
Yeah.
When's our MOT, Jay? It was June the 17th.
Yeah. If it wasn't for the extension of the government for the MOT extension, then we would have definitely had to gone home before waiting out the quarantine lockdown period here. So that was our saving grace really. And then Mike and Colette were really helpful in getting us a service, because Flora was pinging for a service, so they hooked us up with their garage that did a really good job, so that was very helpful.
Misha and Kez have just asked, what do we listen to on the road? What we listen to at the moment. At the moment, you are dictating the music box.
So I've got a better taste. Because we're not doing that much driving in Sardinia, we keep forgetting to bring our because the installed radio in the cab is useless. We've only got Lewis Capaldi on CD, and there's only so many times you can listen to that depressing album on repeat. So we need our Roberts radio, the one that we use in the videos for intros. We need that in the front, connected via Bluetooth, or
I'll do that. You finish off.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
So it depends really. Because I usually stream off YouTube, so whatever keeps getting recommended, it's a bit of old rock at the minute, bit of old.
What have we actually been singing along to? What's that one where we had to?
Go on, you on your own?
Alice
in Chains.
Alice in Chains acoustic version. Chains. Yeah. I've been listening to a huge amount of
Crime Junkie
podcast. That's what I do whilst I'm doing my cooking and washing up and stuff. That's quite addictive.
Excuse my finger, I just need to see if the phone's charging. Yes.
Uh-oh. Fudged it now.
No, we're still there.
Oh, love Crime Junkie. Who else listens to Crime Junkie?
Honestly, if I hear that
I know. You've even done a stupid rap over the top when you hear it. And then we've got like a playlist. I thought we could also make a playlist and share it on Spotify for you guys if you fancied a little deep dive into what we're listening to on the road. A lot of it's quite acoustic rock and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think my taste, I don't really move with the times. I'm sort of stuck in my little oh, sorry, just had a notification. I'm sort of stuck listening to what I always used to listen to. But yeah, we were listening to a lot of Stephen King audiobooks as well. But because we're not doing the mileage at the minute, we don't really justify getting it all out and
We've
set
got
up.
7 credits saved up.
7 credits,
which is a bit silly.
Watched
Sherlock. Loved Sherlock, didn't we?
Yeah.
On the BBC.
Yeah.
If you get a VPN, not that this is an advert, you can watch the BBC out here. There you go, little fact for you. I don't know how it works, ask Cal.
Well, so as you know, the BBC are quite wise to it now.
What, even on VPNs?
Yeah. It was on Netflix, I think, isn't it? Anyway, this isn't the time to be discussing where Sherlock is. What work will you do when you return to the UK? We don't know.
Anything at the moment, unfortunately. We vowed to ourselves that we would never work crap jobs ever again when we got back home, but it looks like we're COVID.
You didn't plan for a global pandemic.
I didn't plan for a global pandemic. No one did.
TikToks. I tell you what, I've been thinking about TikToks, T5er, because
you can do that yourself, because I prefer to.
That's where all the kids are. I think we can definitely make some montages of like our best drone clips, our best footage, because we've got terabytes of footage now, which would be good. So I might do some of those. I'm not going to do any of the dances or any of the
That's one thing. If you're going to do drone, you got to do dance, mate. And then like where you do that thing and stuff goes in your hand.
Yeah.
Campsite wardens.
Meditation book. And I would like to listen to some of that.
Yeah.
Van cooking TikToks. Says Mel, that's a good one.
Yeah. A cookbook, Caroline Bridge asked. That's an option.
We
We've been
were thinking
exploring.
about that. Like a nice little ebook or something that could keep costs down, because if it's not printing, and we can use our own imagery and stuff like that. We have thought about that. There's a lot of things really in our mind, but it's just, you know,
Yeah,
making
we've got to get back and get money semi-quickly to be able to live.
Here's some knowledge from John and Mandy. They said use the Opera browser as a built-in free worldwide VPN.
Ooh.
So that'd be very handy.
Thank you, Gadget John and Mandy.
Yeah, that's handy to know. For some reason, my Voxy Sim always thinks it's in London, so that's why I got rid of my VPN. It just always connects to a London network for some reason, and Vodafone seems to do similar. I don't know. That's
Greg Walton actually wants a book, a physical book.
oh, okay.
Make it, put it on a van shelf to make it look arty. Very, I like
mean,
that. Yeah.
It could be a bit of a mix of like travel, because we've got some nice pictures, you know, all sorts. Campsite wardens would be a good one, and that's been suggested to us because of the flexibility and obviously being able to live on site and save a bit of money would be good.
Yeah, physical book too.
Yeah.
More requests. All right, then I will put my thinking cap on. Pebbles has just asked a good question.
Ideally, I don't mind being back in the UK for a while. Definitely want to see friends and family, touch base, sort a lot of stuff out.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that we need to iron out, set up a new little hub for ourselves, and then get money and escape. As soon as we have enough money and everything's sorted, we would go.
Yeah, we've got the bug, not COVID, hopefully, but the travel bug to like just carry on if we can. But there's a lot of things to just sort out, isn't there? So yeah, we'll see what happens really.
But the world is our oyster.
Yeah,
We've decided. Well, we've realised.
Yeah, we're so looking forward to what comes next. Although there might be a bit of downtime, but we're going to hopefully keep the YouTube channel updated as much as we can, at least once a week, hopefully, and just keep that steadily rolling. Are you going to add more ventilation? Yes, we will.
We're looking at there's what is it, maxi fan or something above the cooker, but that means cutting a hole in Flora's roof, and we probably won't be doing it ourselves. We will probably find someone else to help us out with that, because
yeah, there's a few things we probably need a bit of assistance with.
Yes.
Take a look at awesome merchandise.
Mark Taylor has just asked if we've got a shower in the van. We haven't got a shower in the van, but we do have one of those solar showers, which until maybe a month ago we hadn't even got out of the packet, but here it's the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah, obviously the climate allows for showering outdoors.
The first time we used it, we left it for too long and it got up to nearly 50 degrees centigrade.
Yeah, I've always been a bit skeptical, but obviously here when you've got sun and hardly any cloud cover all day, then we put it on top of the roof box, lie it flat as possible, and it just we just heat it up, and it's so nice. So good.
You have to let go of your dignity, but I think in a way that went a bit of a long time ago. Give us a shout if you saw that Instagram story. I know some of you did, because you were absolutely howling. I don't know what took me, but I filmed us having a wash the other day and put it on our story. There was a lot of flesh.
Yeah.
But people reacted kindly to it. Nothing better than clean pits. Oh yes.
Harry Vision asked about the bigger van. I think we're keeping Flora.
Yeah, she's bought and paid for.
Yeah, various positives that we can now see, although we do get a bit of envy when we see like this really plush van pull up. It's just got everything. You think that is luxury. But we are used to not slumming it, but just taking it a bit more easy.
I got wanting to plan another van vibes again from who we'll call Chris the Gif. Vita Motu? Vita in Motu. Chris the Gif, he's planning his Sprinter conversion, and we've been discussing what layouts would be good, and that's given us van envy for about 10 minutes until we realised that we could just happy with Flora.
Yeah. What did I see there? I was going to comment. Shell Island, where there was a meeting place. We've been there, haven't we? We went there for a couple of days. Yeah, years ago when there was no bed in the van, no window. The battery was just in a box with some cables hanging
We had
out of it.
futon in the
That's
back.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, Simon and Debbie in Birmingham, not too far from where we originate from.
Yeah.
We're from Shropshire, so we'll be heading back that way. What music do I play on my guitar? What would you say?
Crap.
I knew it. I knew it. I'm never serenading you again.
You don't serenade me. You go over and over the same bits, and then you change the song. There's no beginning to end. And then when I do decide to sing along with you and have like a come by our moment, you decide that you're changing the song.
A bit of everything.
Red Hot Chili Peppers, all the classics that you just do a little tinkle through, like Green Day, White Stripes. See, this is all just me being able to remember for a whole year ago.
We've got thank you, Mark, saying the drone footage is always beautiful. Yeah, I mean, places like Sardinia, I feel bad taking credit for it because I kind of just point the camera and press record. There's a little bit of tweaking I do. But yeah, you know, we've been to some beautiful places, so the drone footage it's just amazing. Would we ever head stateside, Canada?
Yeah, I've got a scrapbook, and I just write all of the things that tickle my pickle. And yeah, going from Canada all the way down through to Mexico, taking a good, maybe even longer than a year to do that, depending on what visas we could get. Again, this is literally just an idea.
Yeah, we've got so many of those.
Meg could do some hairdressing. I don't think so.
Yeah,
I just get complaints from the one.
You should get a pooch unless you're smuggling a tortoise. That's
No.
Jason, not me saying that. No, we'd love a pet, but it's not the right time, unfortunately, I don't think. Mike asked, what's the takeaway from Sardinia?
Just how much we love it. We totally understand why you chose this place to live, Colette and Mike. It is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, we say this so often, but we're so glad that after the lockdown, that we didn't head home and we gave the island a chance and ourselves a chance to explore. Sorry. So we've only seen like the northwestern quarter and mainly the coast. We've done a bit of internal, but not much. We want to do a bit more, and I think we'll definitely be returning, definitely at some point. And it's got everything. I think I've said that in a couple of vlogs, but I mean, it's got beautiful beaches, lovely. I can't see. I know you're looking over my shoulder because there's doggies.
The dogs are coming. No, it's been a while. I think it's at the top now of our van life destinations. Like, and to know that it's not been covered so widely is also a positive as well, because it's like we get to showcase it, but then at the same time we get to showcase it, but after COVID, which might not be 100% realistic for if you come later on.
Yeah. That being said, we've hit some busy beaches recently. We show that in the vlogs coming up, but we've also found some very secluded places as well. We've had some of our best park ups in Sardinia, so there's so much to take away and still so much for us to see and share with everybody. Like, I think this is probably the country where the comments are like, I didn't know Sardinia was like that, and they've put it on their list to travel now. So hopefully we're doing it justice, but being here in person is just fantastic.
What kind of costs are involved in the ferry to Sardinia?
About
150 euros, about £170, and we got the ferry from Toulon to Porto Torres, which one way.
15 hours?
Yeah, it was an overnight.
Which was, we always get excited for the ferry, and then when we're on the ferry we realise that it's not actually as good as we think it's going to be. So you're distracted by the dogs.
Behind us we've got a chap that's got 8 dogs, and they're currently surrounding us, so...
Do you want to show one?
I don't know.
This is all it takes for us to get distracted.
Yeah, sorry. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Oh, they're lovely.
Do you want to show?
Go on, show them.
Do you want to take it?
Oh, okay. Hello, pup. This is live in the life of the Novice Explorers. Hello. What's your name? There's a couple more behind the bush, but they're shy. Oh, there we go. Hello. Anyway, back to the live stream. This is what it's actually like. It's like, oh, there's a dog.
Yeah.
If there's ever a puppy, there'd be a real big problem.
Oh, I'll tell you what as well, going back to Mike's question, the wildlife in Sardinia has just been on next level.
We've left all the doors open. You talk about wildlife and I'll just double check that we're not being invaded.
I'll try and get back a little, because you probably missed out on a couple of questions. Mark said, loved the birthday vid. Yeah, we had good fun. Good fun looking back on that one, didn't we?
Yeah.
After you cried crying.
Of course I did.
What ferry to get from Sardinia? Porto Torres to Toulon, although you can go to Corsica, you can go to Spain, Sicily. There's quite a few different options.
They're really close.
How's the local Sardinian wine? Have we had any? We've had a couple of...
We had some lovely organic, well I did, I don't know if you had any, organic rosé when we were with Mike and Colette. It's supposed to not give you a hangover, but I mixed it with Myrto, gin.
With all sorts, yeah.
And grappa, so it cancelled the hangover out, I think.
Yeah.
We're talking about the ferries. You can get ferries to Sardinia from France. You can even get them from Spain, mainland Italy and Sicily as well.
Yeah, there's quite a few options. It's quite reasonable. Our crossing was fine. Just so happened that the day we landed, the country went into lockdown, which was not really expected, was it? But that's part of the story.
Yeah. If you've watched this far, consider giving us a like. Click that thumbs up button to know that you've enjoyed this stream so far.
Businesswoman of the year.
That's me.
So I'm so easily distracted reading the comments. Actually,
That's me thinking that you're queuing up the next question. I'm just starting like, ooh.
I have a Doberman with no manners if you want him.
Yeah, all right.
I've got one too. Trade.
At least I'm a pure breed.
15 hours was the crossing, Mel, and we got to do that one. Then we're probably gonna semi-blitz it through France, potentially, depending what happens. And we've got to either get the channel, which I didn't know it was referred to, or ferry back across. Punching cow. I certainly am. Hello, John. Good to have you here. Sorry you missed the beginning.
It's all right.
Maybe
we're what's the time? We've got a sunset moment coming up in the next 20 minutes, which we're going to share with you, just to give you a little sense of what it's like here. And I think, although this weekend everybody, that's a lie actually, England has come out of lockdown somewhat, so we wanted to give everybody a little slice of hope and sunshine.
Although I know back home it's been very hot and now very cold.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Tunnel is far better.
Yeah.
And we won't have to get out the van, which I think that in regards of COVID, that might be very much a pro.
Yeah, huh?
Who throws the biggest hissy fits out of you two?
I was trying to ignore that question. I think it's probably me.
It is at the moment, because I've got a lot more chiller.
Yeah.
It's technology for him. He just, like, something's not working, that's it.
Which is fair enough, because I use technology to do most of the things, Megan. It's the heat as well sometimes. It's been nice the last few days. It's been a bit of a breeze, especially where we are, which kind of takes the edge off. But the other day when we used our Amazon lockers, we were waiting in a car park.
God, it was so hot.
We tried to find shade but couldn't find any, and just sat in the van. We ate a 5-pack of Calippos between us.
That was Cal's request, because there was like a nice ice cream gelato shop round the corner, but Cal was like, I want a Calippo, and that's all I'll settle for.
As much as the gelato here has been fantastic and really nice, but it doesn't quite quench the thirst I had at the time, so we had 5 Calippos, which basically turned to syrup instantly, and they were full of E numbers, bouncing off the walls.
I'm drinking gin.
Do you wanna? Where are we at?
Oh, I don't know. I just see the ones that pop up on that one. Sorry. Toilet. Toilet has been brought up more so since COVID because no public toilets are open. So we are actually now considering getting a potty.
Yeah.
Porta potty.
Before, it wasn't really much of an issue when pre-lockdown, when things were just normal. You know, we have our, as people know, we have our like emergency PP bottles, and for those other real emergencies, we do have a system. Enough said about the system. But yeah.
Hi Paul May, yes, we're still currently live. We're going to be having a sunset moment shortly.
Rick on the road, no, the van isn't air conditioned in the front.
No, it's not, which is a big issue at the
So
moment.
we were actually driving the other day with the windows down. The air was coming buffeting in and it felt like a hairdryer.
The heat, we were driving inland and it was about 39.5 on the van's dash and it was really warm.
Yeah.
Emma Wheat's just found the like button.
Yeah.
They don't make it easy for you. No.
I know, it's weird that you don't get as much flexibility on the old phone. But thank you very much if you did press the like button. We appreciate that.
Yeah. You should definitely press the like button if you've asked for a sticker. just saying.
Should we walk over there and show them the cliff?
Spin it round, but I don't think we should go over there yet. I think we've got a few more minutes of answering questions.
Sardinian sunsets are amazing.
Something that will be taken away.
Yeah. Yeah. Reminiscing about those already.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it really. We've enjoyed this stream very much so.
When he calls you Megan, you know, yeah. You'll see that in the next vlog. He calls me Megan.
Dawn's asked any conflicts with the locals. We did discuss this briefly. We haven't had any proper conflicts. The only thing really that we didn't feel too good about, but we can understand at the same time, was after lockdown eased, like a few days afterwards, we went into a town just to grab some water. We had our masks on, gloves. We're doing everything by the book. And there was a gentleman trying to take pictures of us very slyly, but wasn't doing a very good job.
No.
It was quite obvious that he was taking pictures, and you actually socially distanced confronted him.
In a chilled out manner.
Oh yeah, you weren't going all guns blazing, and you just wanted to ask what was the issue.
Yeah.
And
I went, is there a problem? Translated via Google Translate.
Yeah.
And then we had like just like a script written out about who we are, where we're from, how long we've been in Sardinia, where we've been up until this point.
Yeah.
Just to, if they think that we've just arrived, that's pretty daft because we couldn't have.
Yeah.
But we just needed to feel as if we're putting our point about the actual truth across.
Yeah. I think it was mainly curiosity. We had a couple of questions like, why are you here, or how? I think sometimes it doesn't translate very friendly, but people are just curious. And after a few weeks, that just went, and we bumped into so many friendly people, haven't we?
Yeah,
It's been overwhelmingly positive. It's not tarnished the trip or like a lasting negative memory as such. So.
And COVID hasn't either. That's one thing that we've been discussing recently. Like the memory of COVID is literally just a blip.
Yeah. For us, in terms of travel, obviously it's had massive impact. But it's kind of, we spent 67 days with Mel and Armando, I think, roughly, and it feels weird that we were waking up and in their company all day, every day. It's very strange. But yeah, so generally everyone's been lovely. I think it's clear that we're really happy at the moment and are loving Sardinia and loving travel in general. It's definitely a place that's going to stay with us for a long time, I think.
Definitely. I'm just looking at the book to tell you. We've done 12,000 miles since we left home in Shropshire, a whole year to the day ago. Yeah, that was that.
Yeah.
Another question that my mum has asked, what one thing have we seen on our travels that we were really pleased that we witnessed?
I think the one thing that jumped to my mind straight away was the dolphins that we saw in Scarborough. harbour.
In the UK,
Yeah.
actual dolphins, like, woohoo!
Yeah, we'd just been out for, I think it's on my birthday actually, my 30th birthday. We'd gone out for an awful meal, wasn't it?
Oh, it was so stressful.
And we don't need to say too much about
Bought
it.
by my dad.
Oh, yeah, I feel terrible because he gave us like the birthday money. We went out for a terrible meal, but on the way back we were walking the sort of the seafront, and there was people stopping their cars, jumping out, running, looking over the wall. So me and you were like, what's going on?
We
And
were
then-
walking as well, so we were absolutely oblivious to anything going on.
Yeah, and we looked over and sure enough there was a little pod of dolphins. We saw a few of those.
That was rare.
Yeah.
Did you talk about the what we've seen over here? Like, I don't know if it's because we're going slower. Hello, Ellie and Anna. They're watching.
Hello, hello.
Hello, darlings.
Yeah, like I think Meg, you can say,
Yeah,
because
sorry.
we're travelling slower and we're spending hours at the beaches in the sea, we've seen so much wildlife.
We've seen snakes, tortoise. We saw a griffon vulture.
Yeah. We saw a ferret the other day.
Oh yeah, was it a ferret or a stoat?
I think Mum said ferret, but I'm not sure.
Oh, it was so cute.
Yeah.
Really cute.
With J and K, we had the fox and a dog.
Yeah. Cuttlefish.
Cuttlefish,
Swimming.
loads of stuff in
On
the
my
sea.
birthday, that was as well. We were
Yeah.
having our first ever flatfish.
Loads of birds. I mean, in the evening when the sun goes down, you get that typical like, cricket, frog sort of ambiance. It's just lovely.
Yeah, that was just
Just
being in the right place at the right time for like parking spots and sunsets.
yeah. Someone, I just missed that. Mark says, do you plan your journey or just go with how you feel? I think this is more your domain because
Yeah. I'm just in the midst of writing a blog about how I plan our trips, just because sometimes it's really nice to just go with the flow and see what's going on and just naturally finding things, but then I suffer from FOMO, which is fear of missing out. And when you come to an area, I want to experience it in all of its glory.
Yeah.
And if you come away and speak to other people that have been there and that said, oh, did you go to this beach? And we're like, oh no, didn't know about that. Did you go to that tower? Did you go to this shop? Or like something amazing in the area? I find it really annoying and like just like, oh, we're gonna have to go back there and see that. Which
we don't do everything though.
No.
And we don't plan it to a degree where we know exactly what's coming up either.
no.
You see more than I do because you do the planning. But it's not as if we don't have surprises along the way and we don't know every step of the way, you know, which is nice as well.
Yeah.
Emma's laughing about me going underwater.
Yeah.
It's my natural habitat.
My mum has actually challenged us. She messaged me the other night. She goes, right, your next challenge is to blow air in the water, like out of your nose and mouth. Well, out of your nose, I suppose, because your mouth would be weird. And open our eyes in the salt water, which
We'll give it a go.
I don't want to have stinky eyes. I've got enough problems.
John's asked about van maintenance, and Anthony mentioned about 12,000 miles due for a service. We said earlier in the stream, Colette and Mike, who live in Sardinia, managed to really help us out, and we got a full whack service done on the van, so we are pretty good. Touch wood, nothing's gone wrong at the moment.
Yeah, I was going to get an actual piece of wood out because we've been pretty lucky. But touching wood.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, FOMO, we're going to miss some places, but we can't complain with what we've seen, can we? I mean, a lot of you have seen a lot of the videos, and some of the places and bits we've been to has just been incredible. Sorry, we've got notifications coming in from everywhere, so I'm trying to...
Do you have a phobia about going in the sea? Or is it just
Well,
a
no,
dislike?
because when we go surfing or paddleboarding, not an issue. I'm not sure if that's because I got my wetsuit on. Like, we did a sunrise paddleboarding in Portugal where, you know, we were meant to be experienced and we weren't. And we went out with your mum and sister, didn't we?
Yeah.
And that was way out in the sea. I don't mind. It wasn't an issue. I don't know what it is. I realised I must be on edge slightly because the other day I was walking around sort of up to here, swimming around, and we got out, and I must have been on tiptoes the whole way because I got onto the beach and collapsed because my feet started to cramp up. Like,
basically, it's, if there's any rocks or seaweed or just like
I think
uneven surface, and if it's not not as clear as we've seen before, you won't go in. There's no
there's
point.
urchins and stuff. But with I brought myself a scuba mask as well, so we've got one each now, and that helps, doesn't it?
Thanks, Amazon Locker.
Yeah, because then I can look under, and I'm like, I'm kind of fine then.
I think it is a bit of a phobia going on, but
I don't know. I'm not the best swimmer. I'm not efficient at swimming. Is the thing as well.
I've had to teach him how to actually float. And relax, because if you know that RNLI, what you do when you fall in really cold water, you've got to like tip back and get your head out.
Yeah.
See?
I see Pete Crown said a flip flop, so I think I've got the wetsuit boots, which will help with the feet. I'm not sure what my issue is with really. It's not like it doesn't stop me going in, because obviously we have been going in.
I've just seen we do feel salty and grimy when we come out. It makes your hair look really nice.
Yeah, for a while.
Days.
It goes like quite coarse and holds its shape. Well, I don't know what shape that is exactly, because Meg's kind of...
Hey, it looks really nice, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
You give me such a hard time. Like, go to the barbers, mate. Honestly.
Yeah. There's a drone.
Oh.
There's a little drone in the air. Hope it's not mine. Just flying off. Not phobia, just careful. That's it. Yeah, we're going to keep the vids up, Dawn, hopefully. We've got a few plans that we're trying to sow the seed and get things moving. And I mean, we'd love to be able to do this full time. I mean, who wouldn't want to travel full time? But I mean, and making the videos can be quite a bit of work, but we do enjoy it. So if we could figure out a way to make it, I mean, more financially viable, because living in a van can be cheap. So we don't have to earn masses of money, but there'll be adventures coming up and stuff like that. So yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah. I said about the notifications. We did say about Callum's moan with all the breakages. We say we've had a few issues this month.
Oh yeah. This is my time to moan now, I think.
Get ready, everyone.
As we've come to the end of the journey, you know, a few weeks ago I smashed my camera lens, but that's been replaced. In the space, like I think last week, we smashed my phone screen, didn't we? Which I've now replaced. What else? We broke a cupboard. We broke...
the bracket off a cupboard has snapped, right, the back one that covers the water, so it literally is just held in by one.
It's only a little thing, but...
phone, and then we've also had an issue for the first time ever with our floor.
Yeah.
We left the side door open and the sun was coming in, and it has melted, I think, the glue underneath, and it's come loose, so we've got like two little like dimples.
Really annoying, because the floor went down really nice when we did it. It was completely flat, but I think the heat has either warped the vinyl a bit or it's just the glue. Hopefully we can stick it down. And
then in the same day I come round and move one of the water bottles, which is in the back end of the van, and the water has been magnified and has scorched the vinyl flooring, not once but twice. That's not ideal. So then we might have to refit a new floor, because it does look quite messy, and I think I've also dropped a knife on it in the last couple of days as well, which has gone straight in and made a big gash in it too. So
I think, especially if we meet anyone of you guys that watch, or when we get home, people might see, can we see the van? Yeah, it's a complete state.
It smells like cow shoes.
Oh, what a mess. Should we go and have a look at the sun? Because I think, do you want to have a look now? Or are you alright?
If we just do a little pan around now, and then come back and then do when it's actually doing its proper thing. Yeah. Should we have a little looky then?
Yeah. Sorry, we've got messages coming in. We're just trying to keep up to date with everything.
Switch that. This is our setup. We've had to put the brolly up to stop it from getting all in the wind. It's a bit too bright. What do I do, Cal?
Walk over. Should we go to the actual...
Should I go to the van?
Yeah.
Isn't it lovely? Oh, that's better.
Yeah. So there's a big beach below this little sort of cliff we're on at the moment, and the beach itself is very busy, but to get where we are now is very tricky.
It's also very windy, so I apologise. You go do a tour if you want. So
this This is where we are currently with the big watermelon. That was to stop the wind from hitting the microphone and make it a little bit more bearable for you to listen to. So if we walk down here, we haven't been down this area so much, but oh, losing signal a bit. Yeah, it's just incredible. I mean, this little phone camera is not going to do it justice, unfortunately. But it's been fantastic. Found some absolutely tremendous spots, as we said earlier, and just loving it, really, aren't we, Megan?
Yes.
Let me just awkwardly try and put all this back. How do we do that? Whoosh. Yeah. So that is home for now.
How many cans have you had so far? Just the one?
Probably just a half.
Yeah. It's giving you right burps, isn't it?
It is a bit, yeah. So yeah, we are good. Chris the GIF.
Chris the GIF, hello mate.
Life in motion. Ah, that makes more sense. That makes more sense. But yeah, I think that's about it. Sorry that we made everyone fall out with the quiz. Was not anticipated. But we'll probably do more of those. That was quite fun, at least on our end it was.
Says the chat's been disconnected.
Is that off the tether?
Uh-oh. I
think we are still live, aren't we?
Oh yeah.
Don't mention the quiz. It's a bitter point. We just lost chat for a second for some reason. Oh, probably because I lost the...
Oh yeah.
Are we still here? Yeah, so we'll slowly wrap this up because we've been 81 minutes, which is longer than we planned for.
Yeah, we're having a wonderful time. Thank you everyone for your words of encouragement, and just especially through the lockdown we connected with so many of you.
Yeah.
And which that's kind of just continued on, and it's been really, really lovely.
Yeah, if you I was going to say, if you have any questions, if you want just a chat, just message us on our social medias. We try and get back to everyone, don't we?
Yeah.
And, talk about whatever, whether it's like van build or travel. I mean, we're no experts by any means, but we enjoy having a chat and putting our point across.
Yeah, and if you're thinking of doing the same, very much prepare yourself to do it. It does take, in our opinion and our experience, it does take a bit of prep to be able to do something like this, and especially in a world of post-Brexit and post-Corona, there's a chance that it might be more difficult. But as you've seen, if you watch any other van life channels, you know that they've been on the ferry this week. We watched Indie Projects, and I think Chef Campers from their poster are going over. So yeah, it is doable. It's the perfect thing to be doing in the UK whilst, if it's safe to do so, because I know Scotland and Wales aren't yet, which we have to be really careful with what we say sometimes, because we don't want to encourage reckless behaviour.
But I'm sure you'll be insensible. Thank you very much for the kind comments about the stream. We've had fun today. It's been one of probably my favourite live stream, and less stressful ones.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're enjoying it. We've got more videos coming out. We'll do as many as we can. Next vlog, who asked that? Was it Trevor T5? Sinis Peninsula?
Oh God.
It's not quite
the peninsula next to Oristano. Paul actually wants bloopers vids, please.
Yeah.
There's so many, honestly. Like, we have to cut them out just because it's so stupid half the time.
Yeah.
Hello, Wobblebox. We're just signing out, mate. You might have to go and watch it from the beginning.
Apologies, but I hope you're doing well. Hope the van's doing well. And
kitchen looked amazing the other day. We've painted it. Looks lovely.
Yeah. Hopefully you'll be able to get out in your van when things ease up. I'm sure there's a lot of people itching to get out in the vans, but obviously the UK's lockdown isn't the same for everybody. Yeah.
And we also know how lucky we are and how fortunate we have been in this situation, because not everybody has been so lucky.
We were, when we first got back on the road, we were debating whether to actually put stuff out, because we didn't want to annoy people or give people the impression, What?
You're itching your ear, I don't like it.
Okay,
Right in there.
or make it seem as if we're being irresponsible. I mean, we've always followed the guidelines and rules that we should be following, but we just didn't want to pee people off, I guess. But everyone was quite keen, and obviously you've been travelling with us virtually during lockdown, which has been good fun, and you seem to be enjoying it. Great job of
He doesn't think so.
Very dapper. You've made it a lot more grey in the sides. I don't quite know how you did that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've had a really good time. Got a few messages to get back to. Good night, Mr. W. I think we're all starting to sign off now. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Thanks for just seeing it and loving it. And don't forget to like this stream if you have enjoyed yourselves.
Yep. Apologies if we missed your questions and comments and remarks. Sometimes it goes quick and we miss the good jokes until later, and I'm laughing like an idiot because the moment's gone. But we always try to our best, don't we?
It's just a part of the stream. Right.
So yeah, good night everybody.
Let me just do a little bit more sunset for you all. It's just my face.
Bye, Sam. Whoa.
Whoa, he's over on 1 pint. Go on, do your not Twitch, TikTok dancing. Go on, see them all out.
Definitely not.
Go on.
I did have to delete the whole stream, and that's all just gone.
Could do with some. Ideally, now I'd have some nice old school Ibiza tunes like Children or
You sound like
Doodaloo.
a late night DJ
Dun,
whispering.
dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Raise your glass, Cal. Doodaloo. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun.
I bet they're loving that sound.
They are, absolutely. Doon, 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 doon. Pebbles and Peaches living for it. Doodaloo.
Oh dear.
Right, peace out everybody. Keep safe, keep well. And we'll see you very soon. Toodle pip.
Thank you all.